There's a lot to be said about doing things when you have time to do them, and not leaving them for later. I'm learning that lesson time and time again. I'm also learning how when the devil understands that you are on a path of progress and you're seeing a good relationship with God and you're feeling motivation to continue, the devil does everything in his power to step in between that, in between you and God, and to try and slow you down in your progress. By the way, I'm trying to curve my spine here, do a little bit of a warm up. Last week was a really a heavy week of lifting. I'm starting to push myself more in the gym, wanting to see more results, and trying to test my mental toughness as well by pushing myself, not to the point of exhaustion, not to the point of being extremely sore, but everything in my body is starting to tighten up, and I think that's a good sign. But at the same time, it's something I need to counteract with good mobility work and stretching and whatnot. Need to make sure I'm running and not staying sedentary. Anyways, I've noticed in the last several weeks, month, that every time it comes to when it comes time to do something important, something that in the past I haven't needed motivation to do, I just did it. Now all of a sudden I'm starting to feel lethargic. I'm starting to feel, all these little negative feelings, doubts, and worries and whatever. I'm being bogged down by this invisible energy, this presence. And I'm realizing that this is the best that Satan can give me. He's not allowed to harm me. He's not allowed to touch me in any way. But the worst that he can do is tempt me to be unproductive at this point. He can tempt me to forget God. He can tempt me to focus on other things that are less important. But anyways, as I'm laying here in bed today, it's about 9:30. I don't have to get to work until 12, but every morning I have the opportunity to go to the gym, and if I get there before 10, I get a good hour-long workout. Then I have another hour to go eat. And every single time, without fail, I always feel the laziness to stay in bed, to not get to the gym until 10:30, and that means I only have 15 minutes to eat. And honestly, this is pathetic, but this is the result of what consistent and constant pressure can do to you, is that as strong as you think you are, it will wear you down eventually. The point of this video I want to get across is that God is our strength. We like to think, some people say, that God gives his toughest battles to his toughest soldiers, or we say that God sometimes will give you things that you can't handle, so that way you have to rely on him. And then some people also say, well, he gives you exactly what you can handle. I'm here to say definitively that without God, if it weren't for him, we could not handle even one thing. We could not handle anything. The whole point of this existence is for us to learn of our weakness, to learn of our dependency on him. Because this is my belief, but according to the scriptures, we weren't even supposed to be here in the first place in the conditions that we are. We were meant to receive bodies. We were meant to receive wisdom and knowledge, but we were not meant to receive we were not meant to receive corruption. We were not meant to receive death and sin in the way that we did. Basically, God wanted us to see the light. He wanted us to see the darkness. But Lucifer took a step too far, and he gave us the knowledge that we were preparing to receive before we were ready to receive it. And because of this action, we now are here in this world, born into sin, born into death, and born into corruption. And so God, in his infinite mercy and wisdom, has devised a plan for us to be saved. So the thing that we fail to recognize, and this is Lucifer's design, by the way, is that we fail to recognize that we are powerless, that we often will stop and we will forget about what God has done for us, and in the process of forgetting about God, we assume that the strength that we have is our own, and we continue in our pride and in our ignorance until we fall, and then we question, where was God the whole time? And it's really just because we forgot about him that we were even in that position in the first place. If you never forget about God, then you will always be in a place where you will feel safe and protected, and you'll feel like you have what you need. God is always looking out for you. This is what the scriptures say. He even looks out for those who are not righteous, that the sun still shines in the morning on those who are righteous and wicked. God gives everyone a chance. And in reality, are we not all wicked to some extent, to some degree? who among us is actually righteous? Like, who actually does the right things most of the time? I try and do my best, but I don't think I'm to any applaudable, I guess, plausible, I don't know what the word is, any standard that could be applauded. I'm still working on it, still failing every single day, still falling behind the mark. But really, the whole difference is whether or not you give your heart to God, because His strength will be your strength. Your weakness will become less relevant every single time that you decide to give yourself to God. So remember that as you go about your day today, that even the steps you take, the breaths that you breathe in, everything you see is literally because God gave you another chance at life today, and He decided not to take it from you. And if He did take it from you or from someone you know and love, He was justified in doing so, because He gave you that life, and He gave you a pretty good one. And even though it ended quickly, it was only because God saw that it was better for them to be closer to His presence in the Spirit than it was to be here on this evil, wicked earth, and that they serve their purpose and their time, and everything will be made right in the end. Not everyone gets to live the blessed life that a lot of us live here in the United States, and so we forget to recognize our blessings when we have them. And it's not until someone is gone or something is gone that we recognize what we had. And so it's time for us to, I guess, to be more appreciative and live life every day out of a sheer gratitude, I guess. Let the gratitude that is in your heart grow, let it be amplified, and let it produce the force that you need in order to move your mountains that are in your path, to exercise your faith and to become stronger. Be grateful for what you have, and don't let anything fade as far as your remembrance of the blessings and God's presence in your life. So ask yourself this: if you believe in God, ask yourself this: has God ever left you alone, or is there a point in time where He wasn't there for you, where you can definitively say He was not there for you? For me, the answer is no, and that's the reason why I continue trusting in Him, is because I have past experience that shows me and proves to me that He was there, and so I can trust that He'll continue to be there. But that's it for today, short workout, and I'll hopefully be heading to the gym soon now, because I missed my 9:30 bus because I was lazy. I just want to be more accountable to myself, so I'm making this known in my YouTube video. Hopefully someone that sees this will be more motivated to get on their stuff and get things done.